So, you talked about Stoke, joining Stoke as a private company and then now not being private public. Can you talk about that, just like that experience of going from I'm going to imagine it's like a very, very different experience getting, being private to public. And can you talk about that transition? What was it like for you as a leader of the company? And how have things kind of evolved, making that transition during that transition?
Yeah, and I think part of what allowed us to do that was that the fundamentals of the company was so strong, and especially as we move forward with our treatment for Dravet syndrome, which is the most common genetic form of epilepsy, we had a very strong story as to why the medicine that we were working on was going to have an impact on those patients, and there's very clear evidence that there was a need for patients there, that they didn't have treatments that were addressing all the aspects of the disease, and the families were telling us that as well. So we had a clear mission as part of the company, and that definitely helped us move forward. But it also helped us explain to potential investors what they potentially were getting into and what the opportunity was. So that helped us have a successful public offering, but it certainly did change the company. Being able to keep everything inside and make decisions inside without having to explain them to the outside world, not feeling as though we have to keep the news flow going, and not feeling as though we always had to be constantly raising money. Those are the changes that happened. So being public now meant, first of all, my job changed, because now, and it still is the case, that almost half my time is out spent meeting with investors and trying to raise money for the company. Then also we have to be very careful what we say, because obviously because of Reg FD and the requirements for a public company, we have to make sure that what we're saying to one group we're saying to the other, but we also have to be public about what's going on, and since we're taking now the public's money, we have to explain to them how we're using that money. So that again, it was a change that we had to make, and then also having to go every quarter out and talk about what we're doing. Again, influenced it